right, geometry. Pretty easy lesson today. Lesson 10-6, circles and arcs. So you have a circle, and I did not do too bad drawing these circles, mind you. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself. So we have a circle, and I'm just going to kind of break down the parts of the circle. This right here, center, okay? That's the center of a circle. This length across, diameter. Half of the diameter, radius. AB would be an arc, and I label it like that. Okay, so this would be an arc. Okay, an arc of that circle. ACB right in here is a central angle. So that's an angle within the circle using the center of the circle. So that's kind of a breakdown of a little bit of circles. When you have two arcs that would be the exact same degree, they are congruent. That's pretty self-explanatory. Arc addition. So let's say I have an arc here and an arc there. To find this whole entire arc, I would take arc AB and add it to arc BC. That would give me the measure of arc ABC. Pretty self-explanatory again. Now, to find what these measures of those arcs are. So if it's 36 degrees inside, that means that your arc AB is also 36. Same thing with BC. If that is 50 degrees, your BC is also 50. So let's say I wanted to find ABC, measure of arc ABC. Let's do some arc addition. 36 plus 50, that means that that one is 86. So pretty easy with that arc addition, pretty self-explanatory. Circumference of a circle we've already seen before, 2 pi r, or pi times the diameter. Either one of those is the circumference of a circle. Okay, let's do arc length. So arc length, the measure of the arc or the length of AB. So let's say we want to find the length of that. You take the angle measure of AB, all over 360, times the circumference. Okay, so the measure of the arc or the angle of the arc divided by 360, because how many degrees are in a circle? 360 degrees, times the 2 pi r, so times your circumference. So right here, let's say we have this circle and I want to find the length of AB. Okay, so we're going to find length of AB. Okay, equals, what's that angle right there? 90 all over 360 times 2 pi r, or pi diameter. I'm going to use pi diameter since I have my diameter, times 16 pi. Okay, 90 over 360 is 1/4 times 16 pi. 1/4 of 16 is 4 pi. So that is the length of that arc. So this one here, they want to find the length of AB. So this little piece right here is what we're trying to find. Well, if this is 240, what would this measure be? So take your 360 minus 240, and what do you get? 120. So now when you're finding the length, so we got the length of AB, 120 over 360, times, we got the radius, 2 pi r, so 2 pi 15. Let me write that a little bit better. 2 pi 15. Yeah. Okay, so let's simplify it down. 120 goes into 360 3 times, so a third, times 2 times 15 is 30 pi. A third of 30 is 10 pi centimeters. Okay, leave them in terms of pi. They're going to want it in, excuse me, in terms of pi. One other thing, like on the first few problems that you'll have to do. So let's say you have your circle. Okay, let's say we have a circle. And your center's here. And you got this piece right here. And let's say that this piece is 10%. Okay, they're 10% of whatever, recycling, 10% of whatever 10% is. To find what that arc length is, all you do is take 360 times, move that percentage decimal over to 0.10, and that will give you your answer. And that's what you're going to do on those first few problems that you have in the book. They're going to give you a percentage, convert your percent to decimal, and then take that times 360. That will give you your answer, which is pretty simple. So there is circles and arcs. I don't think there was anything else if I'm looking here. Oh, semicircle, half a circle, 180. Major arc when it's greater than 90. So it's like an obtuse arc, or when it's just bigger than the 180. I'm sorry. When it is bigger than 180, you have a major arc. When it is less than 180, you have a minor arc. So all of these were minor arcs. This 240 that you saw on the back here, that would be a major arc. It takes up more than half the circle. Okay, so there's the difference between major and minor arcs. So there it is. Don't overthink this lesson. It's not too bad. It's actually pretty easy and kind of a fun little lesson. So there's circles and arcs.